Hello everyone. Today we're back with one of the highest games of this mAT of April. Um, I'm also joined with Rainy for the casting of this game. Hello, Rainy.
Hello, thank you.
So we decided to cast the semifinals between QCR and Bad on Imperial's Isle. Really big match. Obviously, it's one of the end of the tournament, so you should expect only big matches there. Let's um let's go see the builds. So basically, all right, you have Mad Bad, the lag for the intimates, playing what looks like Singust. Yeah. I think one thing comes to the eyes really quickly is that they're playing with a ritualist flagger. Uh, What do you think, Rennie, about that? Like, if I tell you I'm running a Singust with a Ritualist Flagger on Imperial.
Uh, I mean, I prefer the flexibility of a monk still. But I guess I mean, Imperial's a good map for collapsing. I mean, I think this is just a great map for Singha, so maybe you can get away with it more. I just like the safety of having a proper 8 monk, but it's definitely interesting. If they solo split, I guess they're hoping that they can. I don't actually know. I don't know how this plays out. If they're expecting Alyssa and they're glimmering Alyssa, I guess they figure they can keep NPCs better.
Mm-hmm. I think
You know,
this is a good point. I was trying to think a bit of the thought process of Bad to play a Ritualist against QCR on Imperial. Um, First of all, I would like to I would think about what do Bad expect QCR to play on this map. Um, I think the choices are pretty thin. It would be probably Singusts, Triple Melee, or Triple Mesmer, maybe. Um, for Triple Melee, I can definitely see the Ritualist do its work. Because as you said, I think it might do well against the Lisa if the QCR decides to split the Lisa character. Against Triple Mesmer, it might be just bad. Like, straight
oh, I
out
think it's
bad.
terrible. I think it's terrible against Triple
Yeah,
Mesmer.
yeah. Obviously, if you have resilient on the mesmer, he shouldn't die. I mean, maybe, but then you add no enchantment, so basically every shatter is gonna be more deadly uh, on spikes. So I think it's like literally bad against triple mesmer, and against Singust, honestly, why not? Why not? Glimmering must be really annoying against Singust. The weapons clearly should do their job, especially because he has three of them. He has a weapon of shadow as well, so he's playing the what I call the good build. The like if you want to play ritualist in 2021, you should have three weapon. And yeah, interesting choice. Let's see how it works into the game. Well, QCR is playing a triple melee, double mesmer. Really, I'm trying to look at bars right now,
Standard.
but they have nothing out of the ordinary. They're playing a RC Monk. I think that's worth noting. Maybe they were scared about bad playing Necro Balance, but that doesn't really make sense because they have Lich. So
No, I think that's a questionable choice on
yeah,
Imperial.
I agree. I agree. Do you mean that it's probably a mistake?
I think for sure. I think you need uh, Life Sheath or AOF would be my choice, or even PNH. Frankly,
Mm-hmm.
really, RC's the worst elite of the like main prod elites against Gus generally.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I just don't see. I would in this map I am expecting like you said, double mesmer, triple mesmer, or gust, and I just don't see RC being a favorite for any of those matchups.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's obviously it shouldn't make you lose straight off, but it's a mistake. Like it's a build mistake to my eyes. Um, Midze in the chat, who is the monk from QuCr, says that they probably expected a singust mirror, which why they bring the a ritualist. So yeah, as I was saying, it can be good in the like singust mirror. It should be okay in the triple melee, and it's probably just bad against triple mesmer, which is, I think, in my opinion, a bad choice because triple mesmer is a really you can expect teams to play triple mesmer on Imperial basically. So yeah, apart from that, yeah, we can note that the Singas has the stealing skills on the mesmer, nothing too out of the ordinary. They're playing PI, really standard bars on the bad side. Nothing worth noting. They have a PNH. I think it's a really good call on this map and on this flux when you play Singust. And yeah, nothing too shabby. Like I think it's a good bars overall. Let's hop into the game. So
Going in.
going in, you're at the beginning with me. I should actually write in the chat every time, maybe. Oh yeah, okay. You were writing in the chat all the time, but I had chats disabled, so
Just
I was.
every time I write in the chat and you just never type back, it's very rude.
Yeah, well, I had everything disabled, so basically that's why I was asking you what time you were in every time. But yeah, no, I know where you're there. All right, so really quickly, can you give me what you expect of both the team matchups and the team build matchups on this map?
I think QcrEw is maybe a slightly stronger guild. They've certainly played more. They played together for many months. So I think from pure player perspective, I'd give them a slight advantage, but a very competitive match. Bad's also quite good. And from a build standpoint, I mean, Singust, in my opinion, is the strongest V8 build in the game, probably. So I would give them the slight advantage, particularly because QcrEw hasn't really changed their bars a whole lot for Singust, in my opinion. Like we talked about RC, I think maybe they could have tweaked some bars a little bit more. So I'd give Bad the build advantage, especially on Imperial.
All right. I think I 100% agree with your statement. I think QCR is the better guild overall. I think they have an edge in the matchup, but Bats I prefer Bats build more, and especially as you said because Bat did QCR didn't spec anything towards Singust. They're literally playing a triple melee like they would against anything else. They have
Right.
no extra pensive, they have no extra AOS, they have no I don't know. They're just playing triple melee this the most
Yep.
standard way. So this is which I think I go with you in saying I give it to Bad a bit more. Let's see how it goes. Um, Bad is taking a lot of pressure it feels and is not doing so much. The Lisa is on an Ellie, which is fine. He's switching. Oh, I have some lags. I guess you have some lags too.
This is lagging really badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the Alps might be a bit laggy. Um, I mean the weapons are on the guys that are being targeted, so I think the ritualist is doing his job. But it feels like Bad is
What's
taking more
interesting is
pressure. We go ahead.
where's the flag? Like they haven't. I'm uh, I'm surprised no one started the flag game. I mean, I'm actually surprised right now that Bad is
Yeah,
losing. Or I mean, they're getting really low.
they're getting shreked. You can see that some burst here wouldn't be too much. They capped the flag though, and as you mentioned, the QCR flag is really far back, so the Lisa is gonna go grab it. Singust is disengaging. They die in a sin. So it's really going bad for the Singust here, and it's really questionable to my eyes. Like, why are they not doing enough pressure, and why they're getting killed is maybe I don't know, maybe it's the ritualist. I don't know, I'm not sure.
This surprises me though. Like I don't think an 8v8 straight up Singust match should go this way, in my opinion.
Um, I would I would agree with the given circumstances. They don't have two AOS. Yeah, so yeah, you should be able to line back really good and etc. I mean, it's not like I give 0% chance to the triple melee, but I still give Singas
Oh no, no, of course not. And
a good
obviously
edge.
this is where like field skill and practice comes into play. Like
They're gonna pull the
um,
nice, really good. I'm guessing they're gonna kill at least a knight. This is a bit dangerous for QuCr, but it's affordable because they're playing against only one sin. They need to go back now. They really need to go back.
yep, yeah.
Alright, they're doing so, and they're doing good at it. Alright. Um, QCR here, they didn't kill any NPC, okay? So QCR did a good start, but overall, with the given circumstances, I still put them behind in this game. They haven't done
Why are
enough.
they pushing here though? This to me is questionable. They're now pushing 8v8 into the choke against Singust.
Yeah, that's really ballsy.
I think they should at least hold for the boost. You can just sit outside their base, get a okay, now they're falling
Yeah,
back.
they're falling back, but they're gonna take a lot of damage here and there. Maybe spend some, yeah, okay. The monks
Yeah.
here should be spending a lot of mana, I would say. Let's watch the Prot Monk. So, okay, the Prot Monk is in Iced. Or maybe, no, actually, maybe he casts. No, he's actually not on Iced at all. He's on Shield set. Uh, why is he casting everything on Shield set though? Even though he has nothing on him. Whatever. So they took a death but boosted straight away after, but now they're starting to pump some mana now. They're starting to do the
Yep.
classical thing against Singust. We're going back because we're not doing good, and basically we're not doing any pressure, so we're doing even worse.
Yep.
It's it's a vicious circle. But lag is not running, so QCR just needs to pull back to their footies now. As long as lag doesn't run, QCR doesn't have to force too much. And lag is pushing, but they're not killing anymore. So lag should run
Yeah.
a flag now. They should play defensive and run a flag. QCR is going back in, which they don't technically need to.
No.
If for any reason they're low on energy, they should go back now.
Yeah.
But the
I
prot
mean,
is still
they're
on
just gonna keep
stuff.
boosting. They have the flag.
Yeah, so they're kind of doing so, but they're not doing so enough. Like it's like they're going back, but
Yep.
not going back too much. The war is really low. Oh, a lot of mana pumped here, I guess. The prot is still on stuff. Really interesting stuff, by the way. Let's not have a monk contest, but I think I never saw this one. Oh, they actually killed the mesmer? Okay, I didn't expect that. Really good.
No.
Okay, we need to watch the Elise now because they're the one that's gonna res. They need to rub this res. Okay, they're not resing. Really good for QCR. Okay, this is really good for QCR. They're gonna push bad. Bad doesn't have a mesmer for a full minute. They need to inflict some more DP right now. It's really important. Kill some people.
Yeah.
Anything. Especially damage. Damage would be better. Come on, anything. I guess they don't play with the snare on the mesmer QCR, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they
No.
do. But the snare is so fucking good in this spot.
Give credit to Bad's monks though, because This definitely could have been a full wipe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um,
Okay, so Bad is not gonna take any more death out of this. They're not gonna lose NPCs either because there's not enough time for QCR to push. So QCR out of all this only got one more kill. So I still put them behind in this game because it wasn't the same guy. So it was on a Mesmer though, so that's really good because the Mesmer is gonna be one of the easiest target to kill. But they're still behind in this game. Like if Bad stops to play right now, if they just turtle, I think QCR
yeah, they
just
turtle. Yeah,
yeah, I think just QCR
they'll
should
have the
do
advantage
something,
at
you know.
28. Yeah,
If like
that's one of the reasons
Turtles, if like
Singust
Turtles
is so
here,
strong.
yeah, exactly, because they're so good at 28. But if like Turtles here, like if Bad Turtles, sorry, I think it's like if QCR plays really well, it's like 45% QCR, 55% Bad at the very least. Okay, so QCR understands that 28 is not so much in their favor, so they actually push in the choke. Scary,
Yeah,
scary, but
for
do
sure.
they really have a choice? Do they
You could
really have a
maybe try
choice?
baiting them out, but it's again that's hard. It's always hard falling back
I
through a
mean,
choke.
look at this spot. Like, sure, you can spread out, but it's not like ideal either. This is a really bad spot. I'm scared for
I
QCR
mean,
right
look at
now.
the three melees right now of QuCr. I mean, they're all close together. It's
Yeah.
Gust and Whirlwind.
And melees against Gust are not the same as melee against any build. Like, your melees are actually gonna get shreked if they don't kite. Or if they're not
Yeah.
trotted.
Oh,
So
they
they go
body
back here.
blocked the warrior. Oh no, he got through. He got through.
Yeah.
That was a missed opportunity. They could have body blocked that warrior, I think, a little bit better.
Um, Depending on how much mana, I would see them stop going in right now. Yeah. Really tough spot, right, Rennie? Would you like to be in Kisser spot? I wouldn't. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
not the
mean,
worst spot,
give them
obviously, but
credit for winning the 8v8 and like out in the open, but it's tough in Imperial because they can't do much here, right? Like,
yeah,
there's this great choke point that they can just contain in bad. And if they can't get any NPCs, which I mean, they can't. If they pull knights right now with all 8 of them up,
yeah,
they're gonna die. It's
yeah.
really hard to get
And
NPCs.
and and that is at the right
Yeah,
spot. Like they're not letting. They're playing in the right spot. I think they're doing what they
yep,
need to.
yep, yeah.
And to be honest, I
Uh,
would love to be in their
I
Gus spot right now. They have only. Well, how much did they die? Like two people. It's just 15 DP on two different people, and you're playing Singust in a choke. I don't know. I would feel really confident if I was bad here.
yep. Right. It just takes one monk mistake too, and really, and this whole thing will just fall apart.
Okay, so RC is a mistake here. Yeah, just as you said, it's one mistake, one death, one bad death, one bad gust, one bad block, and it all goes to
Oh,
rip. Oh,
RC's complicated.
yeah, I'm sig into complicated basically. Uh,
They gotta fall out now. They're gonna drop
yeah,
if yep, they're falling out.
it's gonna be really important to rub the gust here. Oh, the gust is not rupted on 4, and they kill the mesmer. That's okay. Uh, I think Kisser is doing a bit of a mistake right now. They need to run, 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 run. Don't stop. People that stop should get kicked off the guild. Yeah, basically someone is gonna get cashed, but if someone gets cashed, you just Aegis him
Yep.
and AOS him. But
Yeah.
like if you try to help
Yeah.
him with other than casting on him, you're gonna get cashed yourself basically. Oh, nice return.
And it's really important the monks don't. And this is risky now because the monks can get after timed. The
Yeah,
monks should be saving themselves. It's more important
I
now
think
that
they're
they
gonna be
stay
fine
alive.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah.
look
They
at
are.
it. Really important moment of the game. 8 is flagging. So now I was giving bad winning. Now I'm giving bad winning from 55% to 65% instantly because they have a flag. So it
Oh,
means
this is
that QCR needs to run a full flag in Bat's face.
which they're doing now. they're running on their Lissa right at the moment.
Yeah, but
But
they're already running a backup on the number 8 because Gus can do that to an extent. So Bad is in an incredible spot all of the sudden. As long as they don't take a death, Bad, for like basically 2 minutes now, which they're singust, they shouldn't be the ones doing that. They're in a really good spot because now QCR needs to run a full flag. And if every time one guy goes to run the flag on QCR, the ritualist goes to run a flag, basically Singust cannot
yeah,
lose.
yeah,
And
nothing
look
will
at it.
happen. I mean,
Look at it.
Singus has the better 7v7 here. Yeah, yeah,
Look at it. He's doing that. He's doing just that. He saw the dervish running,
yeah.
and boom, he goes to run instantly. Especially because they kill the mesmer, so it's like even easier of a decision for him. Like I think 8 is playing a good game so far on the bad side.
Yeah, he's mirroring perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of
There's not
felt
much
his
QuCr can
presence.
do here, though.
The QCR?
Yeah, I mean it's hard because right now, like, you can't.
Yeah, yeah,
If you abandon flag, I mean, yeah, there's just not a lot they can do.
yeah, yeah. They're
Uh,
screwed. Like to me here, they're screwed. Like first thing first, they have to wait for the mesmer to res, obviously. But if I'm QCR right now and I'm the guy in charge of the tactics, I'm saying to my team, okay, forget flag game in this game. Any way we get back into the flag game is some weird shenanigans, but we're never getting up on flag. I see their 8, I see he's doing what he needs to do almost every time. We're never going up on flag. This is not happening. So here,
right.
I think the best decision for QCR is either they split the Lisa and see how things go, or they split more people, but it's Imperial. So everything that doesn't have strong survivability is gonna get shreked. Here they kept the flag on the
Yeah.
Lisa, but what for what? What does that
Well,
change?
what they could here's what they could have done, though. They could have tried something like sending a Balthazar back for the second flag,
Yeah,
and then splitting the Lissa right after the cap. Something
yeah,
like that's interesting because then if they
yeah.
then they need to make a decision
Ellie
whether
needs to run
they need to
basically.
defend with the red. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. But you have to how do I say? You have to not be too rough on QCR. You're playing against Singust. You're
Oh,
like
this is real time. This is very hard decisions. Yeah,
people
yeah,
are
no.
get panicking. It's like your monk has 0 on ISET. Really good return. Like return was really good this game. Um, but yeah, from now on it's a really tough spot for. I don't know how QCR managed, but they're up on flag now. So now they need to push, and Lisa needs to run on flag. No, where are you going? Where are you going? No, run on flag. Because now if he runs at the same time as the ritualists run, they're up on flag.
But they could also have splitted him alternatively and just see how they reacted. Um, but yeah, just
Yeah, that
anything
was
other than what's going on right now.
yeah,
Like make Gus have to do something with the ritualist. But
yeah, tough spot for
oh,
QCR. Definitely not out of the game, but tough spot. It's like really hard to find a solution. You have a shit like you have a build disadvantage. Every minute that passes in this game gets you closer to showcasing that basically. And but you need to do stuff. You need to take risk. You need to make things happen. And a lot of the stuff you could be doing is almost undoable on this map. So yeah, really tough spot for them. Um,
he's capping and splitting now the Lista, which I think is completely fine, to be honest with you.
yeah,
Let's
you
see.
should get NPCs from this, depending on how good Glimmering is at defending him. You should go for the ball right now.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does. He goes for the ball. Cast Lisa when yeah, nice, solid execution. Gets oh instantly backs off after being glimmered. I don't know how good that thing is at defending Lisa, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't actually know. I'm trying to think in my
I'm
head.
guessing it's a bit too too little, you know? I think if the Lisa
Yeah,
knows what to do, how to play, and I think he can work around it. This is what I think. You should definitely be able to kill some NPCs through that
yeah,
without dying. But that wasn't his that wasn't his point of view. His point of view was, oh,
no,
Glimmered, I'm going back. Yeah, as Mizet says in the chat, the brain capacity isn't there in these situations. Obviously, if you're getting hammered by a singust in front of your base and you have to do all the tactics, it's pretty hard. Someone has to, unfortunately, because if you don't, well,
no.
you're gonna not win. So
To
no, it's
me
a
here,
pretty stall.
yeah, they need to take to me they need to take a risk like having someone wait back for that second flag, tap, maybe have their warrior right now like in position to get another one, and then go split with their Lissa. Just something a little bit different.
Hmm. But
I would at least
it
try
makes
it.
you
It's
think.
hard.
It makes you think because when QCR was in front of Bat's base, I was still calling them loser basically, like as a loser as they're losing. It makes
Yeah,
you
which
think.
is the right call.
It makes you think. If you expect Singust, is there any day of the week you should play triple melee? Because any matchup in the game where you're in front of the enemy team and you kill them and you're perma boosting, you should be okay. But this one is completely different. You're playing. Basically, I know some people like to say playing against Singust when you don't play Singust is always an uphill battle. Even if you're doing good, it takes nothing for all your 10-minute efforts to go to shit, basically. So it makes you question the build decision from QCR, I think.
I think if I'm QCR in the semifinals, I'm expecting Singust 100% on Imperial. Because you're probably like the slightly considered the slightly stronger guild. You're the favorite. Like I'm expecting some kind of cheese, and Imperial's a fantastic mat for Singust. They can collapse super well. It's hard to split. It's just really good for them. Like we saw earlier, like there's really nice choke points at the front of their base, so they can contain. It's just a great map for Singust, and uh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you said, it's hard with triple melee. It really is.
yeah. I think the only without going too much into detail, the only reason I would see someone play triple melee in a match where they expect to face Singust, or Singust is one of the possibilities, is if they actually gear against Singust. They need to adapt their builds. They need to, I don't know.
Right.
I'm not gonna give every
Well,
ideas and stuff,
look.
but yeah, go
Right,
ahead.
you can bring example. You can bring shield bashes. It's fantastic in Syncgust.
For
You
example.
can bring PI on a mesmer. You can bring there. I mean, there's ton of. You can bring pensive guardian on the 7 monk. Um, or at the very least, life sheath or AOF on the 6 monk. There's a lot of different things you can do against Syncgust at least. And they, like we talked about when we initially looked, there's just no specking whatsoever. This is the most traditional
Yeah,
matchup.
exactly. Yeah, traditional build, and I think you should add to that that they're facing bad, which is historically lag, which is historically a Singust really heavy
Right,
guild,
right,
right?
right,
So, I mean, if you're not expecting them to Singust, what are you expecting them to play? Like,
right,
what did Kisser expect to face in this game? Maybe triple Mesmer, in which I think their build is fine
right.
against. Uh, maybe Necrobalance, which their build is fine against. But yeah, Singust should have definitely been one of the options, and they needed to cover a bit that matchup to me. And apparently, inside information says that Midze expected necro balanced, which is
Interesting.
which explains the Ursi. But at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I
You
wouldn't
have
have done
leech.
things this
You
way.
have leech egg. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I
There's
wouldn't have done
ways to.
things this
I mean,
way.
yeah.
Then again, it's about data, I guess. What I would expect from bad, what they would expect, and it's a bit about like how you see the game. But yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't have only expected Necrobalance, that's for sure. And if I did, I think I would have stick to just the Lishig, like I think that's enough of a spec. You have a Lisa and a Lishig. Or like if the poison is up more than 25% of the time, then you should blame your damage basically. Shouldn't need Ursi to like
Right.
why
I mean,
wouldn't you bring three shade guardians as well, you know?
right here, I know I'm not trying to be hard on QuCr, but again, I think this time, look, lag all has 10% boost. It's going to be really hard to kill them. In my opinion, they really should be splitting Alyssa, going for NPCs, and just run on a front line. I don't think Bad's doing a great job of pressuring right now. Like QuCr's monks are doing a good job. They're holding up.
Yeah.
Like run on your melee. Like they're not doing much anyway. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
doing any pressure to them. Do something productive. Have the warrior go run a flag. Then they're fucked because okay, then they're gonna have to run on damage, and then maybe you can start doing something. But
Yeah, yeah.
right now they're
Yeah, nothing's
not
really happening
accomplishing
for.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. They're right now what they're doing is like literally hoping to wipe Singust in a 8v8 when Singust is
Right.
perma boosting.
Boosting. Yeah, yeah, it's not
It's,
gonna happen. I mean,
eh,
maybe with a
it's
misplay,
it's
and they don't have
it's
a
it's not
special card.
likely. It's not likely. I mean, they did at the very beginning of the game, so maybe that's their mindset. Like let's play them at V8. It worked at the beginning. I don't know. But yeah, you add
Yeah.
death penalty to that and perma boost. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. Both pits are full though. It's gonna be a pretty explosive 28, I think, or 26 rather, which should be happening right now, pretty much. But look at the position from QCR. Oh, do you beat Singust as triple melee when you're in your pit? Feels
You
almost
don't.
impossible.
You don't is the correct answer.
All
Yeah,
right,
this is. I mean,
the Balthazar is going off. The Lisa is not sure, but he should as well. So the Lisa is going off as well. I guess 7 is gonna follow pretty soon. He's kinda using as much time as possible to help the Knights survive. Not sure. I guess that's the reasoning. He needs to go now because yeah. So he decided to help his monks a bit, which is fine, but now you leave your this poor guy is on his own, and it's just a Balthazar dervish against a. Alright, let's look at this situation. It's pretty interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It feels hopeless for QCR. Oh, is the warrior gonna die? Oh my god, he's 1 HP. He survives. But they're against 2 monks, they're never gonna kill here. And the warrior dies. Is he gonna get rest? I know we should watch the other side too. Okay, the mesmer is dead, so this side is definitely over. And on the pushing side, nothing is happening. It's actually 3 damage against 1 monk and a gust. Really, really. Whoa. Well, I think Lag did a mistake there, but or they had a really ballsy call of finishing the game, but I think it was a mistake. There was a 4v2. With
yeah.
better
I mean,
execution, I think his hair could have ended there, to be honest. Oh, that was a pretty crazy of end game. So yeah, a match, a really trademark triple melee versus singust, if I may say.
Um, I mean, I'm honestly the big surprise there for me was the fact that QuCr won the 8v8 at the start. It didn't
Yeah,
do a whole lot for them because any NPCs out of it. Um, but
it could have
that
gone
was
way better for QuCr on those sessions of killing because I don't know if you remember, but when they were killing, like everybody was low from lag, and they always managed to go back with only
yeah,
having one death, you know. But it just takes two,
yeah,
three deaths two times in a row, then you have two people 30, and you know you can try to time people, and you know you can snowball off this. But basically, QCR could never snowball because probably props too bad because they did a good job at going back. Singust is pretty good at
yeah.
going back too.
They didn't have a snare as well in QCR's
Yeah, I'm gonna
QCR's
check that
build.
actually really quickly.
I didn't see one at least.
Uh,
They did. They
oh,
did.
they actually did. It felt if I did maybe I didn't watch carefully enough, but it felt like they didn't snare people on their way back, which is already like really a big thing to do when you're collapsing. Not collapsing, sorry, when you're wiping a team. Like snaring one guy is basically by snaring one guy, if they don't let him die, you're snaring the whole team basically. So it's really big. Um, well, I think we can say good job to both teams. I mean, Kisser didn't they showed a great face to me. Like they great monking overall. They didn't die too much. They killed as well. They tried, but it wasn't enough. Singast yeah, was just a bit too strong today again. Um,
Yeah.
thank you for joining the casting, Rainy. Always a pleasure. And
Yeah, it was fun.
yeah, and thank you everyone for watching. And see you for probably what will be the next MAT now. So yeah, see you there, guys. Peace.